Dear friends, as we reach our 5th anniversary, let us reflect on our numerous accomplishments. The Russian Jewish Community Foundation is very unique. It is the only self-managed and self-funded Russian Jewish charitable organization in America. We have produced a new model of open-source philanthropy, where all the activities are managed only by volunteers, and where an entire community participates in true grassroots efforts. Our charity balls is a celebration of the hard work and selfless giving of the Russian Jewish community as a whole, not just the RJCF as an organization. In 2008, our community raised $300,000, which was used to fulfill the mission of the RJCF, to preserve and enhance the Jewish identity among Russian Jews and to support Israel. We fund projects both locally and in Israel. Some of them support veteran soldiers by funding their education. Others support the residents of the embedded city of Sderot, who have been suffering the shelling of the Qassam rockets for the past 9 years. The RJCF currently runs a year-round after-school program and winter and summer camps for the children of Sderot. I've been often asked why we're doing this. What is it for us? What drives us? Let me give you an explanation. Most of us in this audience came to America from behind the Iron Curtain for the 3 basic principles that this country stands for. It's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. It is easy to understand the principles of life and liberty. However, it's not so easy to grasp the concept of pursuit of happiness. For a lot of people, the pursuit of happiness is an ability to give and to do good. To many of us, happiness is seeing the appreciative smiling faces of the elderly Russian Jews surrounded by people who offer to them love and attention, or hearing the laughter of children of Sderot, or simply to be able to witness them grow and have the same opportunities given to children of this country. The happiness is seeing the fruits of our labor. The summer camp fundraising drive for children of Sderot started last spring with a telethon and continued throughout the summer. I want to thank the entire community and mention a few individuals who led this year's efforts. Masha and Dmitry Govstein and Nadia and Roman Rodberg for being the first in starting this year's grassroots fundraising campaign for the summer camp for children of Sderot. Boris Furman and Olga Faibushevich for organizing the fundraising concert with the title Children of Boston to Children of Sderot. Alex Lifshin and Dr. Slava Gauvberg for performing at the Center Makor. And of course, young men and women of the Russian School of Mathematics for being winter and summer camp counselors. A special thank you goes to our partners in Israel, to Mayor of Sderot, David Buskila, and locally here in Boston to the Zionist House, and to our old friends and newest partner, the Combined Jewish Philanthropies, that joined the RJCF last summer in our Sderot project.
American Jews, Jews around the world, Jews in Israel, we are such a small people. And if we don't stand together, if we don't work together, we really are so vulnerable. But if we stand together and work together, we can accomplish anything. That's why CJP is so proud to be part of a project that you developed, that Jews from the former Soviet Union developed, so that we can actually say that we work together, that we know what's important. What's more important than defending the front line against aggression in Israel? Sderot is the front line. We're interested in it, you're interested in it. Your project reflects the best values of Russian Jewish culture and also the American Jewish community, and we're proud to be your partners.
We came to the free world from behind the Iron Curtain, but this wasn't a stroke of luck. The Iron Curtain fell due to the courageous self-sacrifice of a few individuals who stood up against the Soviet oppression, who called the world's attention to the plight of the Soviet Jewry. Tonight we're honoring people who fought for our freedom both in the Soviet Union and here in the United States of America. Because of the struggle of the Soviet refuseniks, 1.5 million people were able to move from the Soviet Union to the free world. We've been often asked, why Sderot is a city of our choice when there are so many places in Israel that need help? Please let me explain. When I lived in the Soviet Union, its citizens were not allowed to leave that country. We couldn't even move at will from one city to another. This is the definition of serfdom. When talking about the Soviets' violations of the Helsinki Human Rights Accord, President Reagan demanded that the USSR grants its citizens freedom of movement, specifically for Soviet Jewry to be able to reunite with their relatives in Israel and other countries. He stressed that the right of movement was the fundamental human right. We expected such limitations of freedom from the old evil empire. But it was a total shock to us to find out that in Israel, in Sderot, our brothers and sisters have been confined to bomb shelters by terrorist fire. Their freedom of movement has been limited by skillful terrorists to a 15-second zone around a bomb shelter. How far can you move in short 15 seconds during the sound of the siren? This has been the most outrageous violation of human rights, and it's been happening in a free, democratic country under the indifferent eyes of the world. While the world elites were talking about the peace process, the children of Sderot were paying the price. When we Russian Jews were in the Soviet Union, we were not forgotten. Our friends all over the world stood up for us. Now it is our turn to alert the public, to reach out to children of Sderot and their parents and to show them that we care. Our pursuit of happiness wouldn't be complete if our work would stop with our generation. I would like to share with you a personal photograph of young Jewish refuseniks that was taken in Moscow in 1973. Here I am with a long hair, 24 years old. We were young and idealistic. And look at these pictures. These are the young Bostonians a couple of months ago working with the children of Sderot at the RJCF summer camp. They put aside prestigious internships and summer vacations for the privilege of serving their people. The spiritual leader of our generation, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the Rebbe, he said that a true Jewish leader sees his work as a selfless service towards a higher purpose. We are fortunate to have brought up the next generation of young leaders. They're young and idealistic, and together we are changing the world for the better. We came to America seeking life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, and together we have found all three.